Thank you very much. Welcome to today's Matchday -1 press conference ahead of the CONCACAF Men's Olympic Qualifying. We'll start with our head coach, Mauro Biello, followed by player Derek Cornelius. Just looking at some of the raised hands, and usually we do start with broadcast, but we'll start with also news service. So just looking at the raised hands. Neil Davidson, would you like to start from Canadian Press?
Yes. Thank you, Richard. Mauro, thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. I hope everybody is doing well down in Mexico.
Yeah, everybody's doing well. We're just excited for this opening game that's arriving tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. The players have worked hard, and now it's time to get to work on the field and try to qualify this team.
Can you give us a sense of what you're expecting from El Salvador? And also, you haven't had this team together for too long, although I know you've had some of them in camps before. How has the team come together in short notice?
Yeah, I think for the first question, obviously El Salvador traditionally a team that likes to possess the ball, a team that in attack will like to combine to eliminate. This is the type of team that we're looking to face. Very technical, very good in tight spaces, organized defensively. So we're looking to face this type of opposition in El Salvador. Hopefully, we've prepared to face them in the right way. In terms of us, I think we've progressed throughout the week. I think for me, it's important that we grow in this tournament, and I think we grew in the camp. And right now, it's all about gaining momentum through this group stage and being sharp all the way through.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neil. We'll follow up with Derek Van Diest, followed by Jake Ziven. So Derek from Post Media.
Hi, Mauro. Thanks for taking the time to do this. I just want to ask you about the importance of the opening game in a tournament like this. And they say it's not necessarily important to win the game, but it's important not to lose it. I just want to know your approach going into this opening game of the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. The first game sets the tone for us. For sure, we're looking to win this game. We're looking to win every game as best we can. For sure, we know that it'll be a tough competition today in El Salvador, a team that's been together 3 times previous to this tournament. So we're looking at a team that may have rhythm, and we're going to need to break up that rhythm and make sure that we install our identity and impose ourselves in this game.
And just as a follow-up, what are the weather conditions like there, and are they something that your team is accustomed to or can get accustomed to?
It's been beautiful here. Obviously, coming from Canada, it's a little different. 30 degrees every day, sunny. So for sure, we needed to get acclimatized to that this week. I think we've done a good job of prepping the players and dealing with the weather conditions and making sure that we understand how to manage the game in the right moments because of that. But at the same time, I think it's normal for both teams. This type of weather, they'll have to deal with it as well. But for us, we're looking forward to playing and having a good performance tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll just move now to broadcast partners. So Jake from Fox Soccer, followed by Armin at One Soccer.
Hi, Mauro. Specific question for you about Balou Tabla. You managed him in 2017 in Montreal, obviously his breakout year. How would you characterize the last 3 years for him, and how can he still fulfill the potential that obviously so many people saw in him at 18 when he made the move to Barcelona B?
Yeah, I think, look, he had a quick rise in his career based on his qualities and what he was able to achieve as a young player. He came in Montreal and got his opportunity as a 17-year-old with Montreal when I was head coach. And now he moved on to Barcelona and gained experience over there. and now has come back into the MLS. Obviously, it's a player that the trajectory hasn't continued its upward trend in terms of his career, going from Barcelona. And now this is an opportunity for Balou, and I've had numerous conversations with him. He's working hard. He's been working hard to get himself fit. It's still a player, I feel, that has potential to unbalance an opposition with his quality. I think that he understands what he needs to do, and also how to get his career back on track. And this is an opportunity for him to show his qualities, not only to his club but to many people.
Thank you, Armin, followed by Michael and then John. So Armin from One Soccer.
Hi, Mauro. I just have a question regarding not just the CONCACAF Men's Olympic qualifying, but this is an interesting week where we also have upcoming games at the senior national team level. I'm wondering, because you and John Herdman work so closely together and because meaningful under-23 games are a little rare to come by, how much synchronization, if any, are there between your team and the senior national team when it comes to acclimatizing players to John Herdman's tactical plan? And also, do you see this as an isolated tournament or an opportunity to maybe give these young kids a bit of a refresher or a bit of a teaching on what that looks like on the next stage?
I think obviously this is the first time that we've had a U23 team and the men's national team play at the same time. Myself and John have been collaborating together for the last couple of years, leading into now this tournament, and making sure that we have put together the most competitive teams possible for both groups. Obviously, this is an opportunity for a lot of young players here to showcase themselves. But at the same time, in terms of the program, everything's aligned in our program, from the men's national team all the way to our U15 program. So a lot of these players are that have had some experience graduating through the youth teams and now into the U23s in our environments are now ready. And I think this is the idea of for us, what we wanted to put in place, what John Herdman has put in place to align this program. And now it's about allowing some of these young players to showcase themselves and help this team qualify for the Olympics, but at the same time, potentially prepare themselves for a busy summer that's ahead with the men's national team, whether it's a Gold Cup or a World Cup qualifier down the road.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, followed by John.
Hi there, Mauro. This is obviously a tricky time to have these games. A lot of your squad haven't kicked a ball in anger since last year. Have you seen much rustiness in training? And how much did that camp in January kind of help you get some of these guys a little bit of understanding together?
Yeah, obviously that's my main concern, is getting that rhythm. A lot of these players haven't played, whether it's off season, whether it's preseason. We have some players from Europe. For sure, that was the main objective into this camp, to really try to find that collective rhythm for these players, which was number one on my agenda, and it's normal. I think the camp in January did help because we were able to transmit our identity of some of those players for the first time in January. So now they're coming again into camp for the second time and seeing it again and feeling more comfortable about the way we want to play. So that definitely helped. And now it's about growing in this tournament. And, I told the group, I know it won't be perfect at the beginning, but as long as we're competitive enough to get the points that we need, that's important. And we grow from there.
Thanks, Mauro.
Thank you.
Thank you. John, followed by Cavino and then Neil. John Molinaro.
Yeah, hi, Mauro. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. You mentioned earlier about the importance of, wanting to set the team's identity. I'm just wondering if you could talk a little bit about the identity of this team. I mean, how from a tactical point of view, how would you like to see your team play? Will that evolve over time? What is sort of the identity of this team?
Yeah, I think if you follow the men's national team over the last 2 years, I think you got a good idea of how this team plays. And like I said before, our program is aligned and everything from, when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, when we got to recover the ball, everything is the same. So for sure, we're a team that we want to be front-footed in the way we play. We've seen that with the men's team, and I'm looking to reproduce that same identity with this U23 team. Obviously, in the 4 moments, we have our principles that we follow and how we want to be in those moments. But again, the way we want to play, for sure, it's a team that we want to be front-footed, be able to put the game on our terms when we have the ball, and then deny the opposition any type of penetration when we don't have the ball. So basically, that's our identity. Without going into all the details tactically, but like I said, our program is aligned, and I think that's our strength, and you'll see that in the group.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, merci. Gavino?
Merci, Richard. Salut, Mauro. Mauro, juste une question très simple. On sait qu'il va y avoir des choix très difficiles à faire demain, notamment dans le 11 de départ. Est-ce qu'à l'heure où l'on se parle, ton 11 partant est déjà établi ou il reste encore des discussions avec ton staff, notamment pour le match contre le Salvador demain soir? Merci.
Oui, on a encore un autre entraînement cet après-midi. La plupart de mes hommes partants est finalisé. C'est sûr que je vais réviser l'entraînement aujourd'hui pour faire mes choix finaux. Mais je pense qu'on a une bonne idée, les joueurs qui vont être présents et prêts à jouer pour le match demain.
Merci. In English, Neil Davidson.
Thank you. Mauro, this tournament could be the first chance for many of us to see Lucas Diaz in action for Canada. Can you tell us what you see in Lucas on the field?
Yeah, Lucas is it's a technical player, a player that is able to see things on the field under pressure, a player that can get himself out of a situation with his quality, with his understanding, with his movement. I think it's a very promising young player. Obviously, for him, he'll grow throughout this tournament, learning the identity. It's his first time in the group. It's very important that he understands the structure and how we want to play and how his qualities can fit into that structure. But from what I've seen so far, it's a player that we're excited about, and hopefully he could contribute and help us in this tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosales, followed by Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jorge Rosales of Medio Tiempo. You talked earlier about the busy summer Canada is going to have with possible the Olympics or the World Cup or the World Cup qualifiers. But do you expect to count with Marcelo Flores, the youngster of Arsenal?
So Marcelo Flores is a player that obviously we've been looking at, a player that for sure we would love to have in our group. Again, he's a player that is being sought after by other organizations, and at the moment, for sure, Canada is interested in Marcelo as a player. Going forward, there'll be opportunities down the road for this young player, and Canada will do its best to try to bring him across to our team.
Gracias, thank you. Jeremy?
Thank you, Richard. Mauro, j'ai manqué le début, là, je pense que tu en as parlé un petit peu en anglais, mais si tu pouvais nous en parler un peu en français sur l'état physique des joueurs qui arrivent des camps MLS comparativement aux joueurs qui arrivent d'Europe et bon, tu as mentionné tout à l'heure que tu as déjà fait tes sélections pas mal là, pour le match de demain. À quel point, justement, l'état physique des joueurs qui sont arrivés différemment a influencé ta décision pour les 11 joueurs qui vont débuter le match de demain? Merci.
Oui, c'est une bonne question. C'est sûr qu'on a mis une stratégie en place au niveau de nos substitutions, du niveau de comment on va gérer certains joueurs dans tous les 3 matchs. On a regardé ça comme une stratégie à travers les 3 matchs et je pense que ça, c'est important à cause qu'il y a des joueurs qui ne sont pas à 100% au niveau de leur forme et ça, c'est quelque chose qu'on devait regarder comme staff pour voir comment on peut gérer certains joueurs, mais aussi d'avoir certains joueurs qui sont frais à la fin du tournoi quand on aura besoin peut-être d'avoir des matchs importants pour nous aider à procéder aux Jeux olympiques. Alors, c'est quelque chose que on a étudié beaucoup cette semaine au niveau de tout ça, de tous ces joueurs pour mettre les joueurs dans les meilleures conditions à propos de leurs conditions, mais aussi d'équilibrer l'équipe d'une manière où on peut être compétitif pour aller chercher les points, mais en même temps de protéger les joueurs à travers les 3 matchs.
Et merci.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you, everyone. I think that we're coming up, that we'll look to have Derek Cornelius join us in a couple minutes. Thank you very much, Mauro, for your time. I'm looking forward to the opening match on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We're back now with Derek Cornelius, and we'll start with Canadian Press, Neil Davidson.
Thank you, Richard. Derek, thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. I hope you're well.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Derek, you've had experience in the Canadian system since you're 15, representing age groups and the senior team. Can you give us a sense of the talent around you when you look at this Olympic team? How would you rate it?
Yeah, it's a process what we're doing here, and I think every single time I'm in camp, whether it's with the first team or at the under 23 level, you see the growth in terms of quality, in terms of understanding, and it's the same sort of playing style that we use, from the top team to all the way down. So, yeah, I think we're sure that the quality is there. We're sure that we have the talent. And it's just about, getting the small things right so that we can really show it on the pitch.
And just a quick follow-up, if I may. You're from Vancouver, so the weather can be variable there. It's pretty hot down there. What's it been like adjusting to it?
Yeah, the first few days, I think it's normal. Not for me, but I think for a lot of the guys, adjusting to the heat, to the altitude. But I mean, after a few days, I think everyone's adjusted well, and we're able to really find our feet here.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Derek Van Diest.
Hey, Derek. Thanks for taking the time out. Just wanted to ask you about, it's kind of an interesting situation you guys find yourselves in. A lot of you guys haven't played in a while, and you're going basically from training right to playing a very important match. Can you give me your thoughts on what you expect out of that first match, not having played a match in a while for most of you guys?
Yeah, I know it's a factor, but there's some things that that's out of our control. The only thing in our control is what we did to prepare, what we did to stay sharp, knowing that this is coming up. And from training, I think that's exactly what a lot of the guys did. So yeah, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna give our best, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna be a team out there. And I think when you have those elements, and once the first 5-10 minutes goes by, you kind of forget about that, and then you're just focused on the game.
And what do you know about your opponents? I guess what are you expecting out of El Salvador in that opening game?
We're expecting them to come hard, to come strong. They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be motivated, and then we really need to match that motivation and drive and hunger. So, yeah, we're expecting a tough game. We're not taking anybody for granted, and we know that when we're at our best, when we're doing what we know we can do, then we should be able to get the result wanted.
Thanks, Derek. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Armin from One Soccer. Armin, you there?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, sorry about that. Hey, Derek, I had a question about not just the CONCACAF Olympic qualifying, but sort of a war on two fronts here for Canada this week or this month. There's also World Cup qualifying. As a member of both this team as well as a regular with the senior national team, what's it like kind of being a part of this environment right now where Canada's taking on two important competitions at the same time? And also, can you maybe share with me your impressions of what this team looks like compared to your time with the senior national team? How similar are things, and how does that kind of cohesiveness go between these two squads?
Yeah, well, as I said, we have the same playing style, the same identity from top all the way down, and I think that's huge. That when I'm with the men's team, when I'm with the first team, and I'm coming to play it with the under-23s at this tournament, it's the same structure, it's the same style. So I think that makes the adjustment a lot easier. But then, yeah, it's about going out there, expressing yourselves, and trying to get the best out of everyone around you. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy to be here, and I'm optimistic about what we can do in this tournament.
And a follow-up, if you may. This is going to be another really busy year for Canada across all these different age levels and across all the different national team squads. As a leader among these U23 players, how important is it to set the stage early for what is going to be a very busy 2021 for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. There's responsibility on everyone's shoulders, not just myself. People need to stay sharp. People need to be ready for the call at any moment. And I think that's the fun part almost, is that we have so much games this year, so much different levels and different goals that we could reach this year. And for me, it's just pure excitement and hunger, to go out there and kind of show everyone what we're about, both at the men's level and then down through the youth under 23s, what Canada is about. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And it's a great opportunity for everyone involved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, followed by John.
Hey, Derek, good to see you again. Mauro talked a little bit about getting rhythm in this team. How much did that January camp help the guys that were there kind of find a bit of understanding going? Because by all accounts, the young guys performed very well at that camp in January. And also having a number of sort of fellow teammates from Vancouver on the squad with you, has that kind of helped get the understanding going a little bit as well?
Yeah, for sure. And I think, it's, as I said, we know the talent's there, we know the quality is there. And as you said, it's about finding that rhythm. It's about finding that gel between relationships on the field and off the field. So I think the January camp are things that, some people may not have understood why we're doing that camp, why we needed to be there at that time with preseason and other club responsibilities coming up. But I think it's those little things that we've identified as our gap and where we need to grow, and that it made a difference in getting to our goals. So I think, yeah, that rhythm that we were able to start in January, we're just adding to it in this tournament here. So yeah, I'm hoping that in the next few games that rhythm will just continue to grow, and we'll just continue to get better and better as the tournament goes along.
And just another quick one from me. There's very little room for error in this tournament. Do you feel the pressure right away coming out into this first game?
To be honest, I'm more excited. I'm not looking at the other sides of it. We know there's pressure. There's always pressure in our jobs and what we chose to do. So, but I think that pressure is why we're here. It gives you that excitement to go out there and perform with a little pressure on you. So yeah, we were very aware of we need to be ready from the first whistle. But I don't think it's pressure that's a bad pressure. I think anything, it's a good pressure in order to get the guys to really be ready and ready to perform from the first goal.
Thanks, Derek. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. John Molinaro.
Hi, Derek. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. You know, a lot of players have been out of, they haven't been playing competitive games for their clubs in quite some months, and a lot of you guys are playing with each other for the first time. So I'm just wondering, given that you've only been together for a short period of time, how big of an issue is that, and how do you overcome such obstacles?
You know, it's about, that's where I look at stuff off the pitch, you know, figuring stuff out that, you know, in training, maybe there's a bit of a misunderstanding or, you know, miscommunication. And that's where you go and, you know, maybe not even like off the field, but even right after the play, you go and speak with the guys, say, hey, how'd you feel about that? What do you think about this situation? What do you think about how we can do this better or how it can be more effective? And I think that's something that we've done a good job with throughout the week. And again, like, this is not going to happen perfectly on the first goal. So I'm just, as I said, I'm just looking to improve and get the team to be better and better as we go along in the tournament.
And a quick follow-up, if I may. You know, as the most experienced player on this team, I'm just wondering if you find yourself taking on a natural leadership role. Do you find that, you know, players are sort of looking to you for mentorship or guidance?
Yeah, I mean, I try and be myself, you know, whether I'm making my first appearance with the men's team or playing here with, as you said, the most experience. I try and be Derek Cornelius. I try and work hard. I try and be professional both on and off the field. And yeah, I'm trying to help any guys that I can in terms of tactics, in terms of our identity and learning the play styles. But yeah, I don't really feel like any added pressure to be somebody I'm not, you know. I'm going to continue to be the same guy that I am and really just try and, you know, drive that through, you know, leadership by example, through my actions rather than my words or what I'm saying.
Great. Thank you and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll wrap up with Gareth Wheeler from One Soccer.
Hey, Derek, how are you? I'm hoping if that they can maybe break down a little bit for us some of the partnerships at the back. You're playing with some new players, some of the players you're familiar with as well. What have you seen over the last week with the group that you're playing with from a defensive perspective?
Yeah, you know, defensively, it's 11 men, you know, and I think that's where we've really, as I said multiple times, you know, this is where the play styles and the identity really comes into play with, you know, it's 11 guys who have responsibilities defensively, and it's a long tournament, so that means it's more than the 11 guys because we're gonna need everyone who's on this team right now, you know, and everyone needs to understand their roles offensively and defensively. And I think through the identities, through the structures, that we're able to get that understanding, okay, we're a back four, but how do we affect the guys in front of us? How does the midfield affect the strikers? How does the goalkeepers affect us as a back four? So I think those little things and the fact that really everyone has a job is what makes a good defensive team.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Thank you very much, Derek.